Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This is my third or fourth Q&A on the ducks on this channel, and this is, yes, obviously my 4,000 subscriber special. I didn't really have any ideas for a special, and since it isn't really a huge milestone, it's just 4,000, I've decided to just do another Q&A because I have a few questions people have asked me, and I did do a community post asking people what their questions were, and I've got quite a few questions to answer here today. So the first question is, what are your favourite episodes so far? And that's hard to decide since there is 57 episodes. I can't really decide which one's my favourite, but a few ones that I do particularly like were probably episode 50. I just really like how I did the action in that, and I love the length, and it's one of probably my best battles I've ever done. I'm also a big fan of episode 38, purely just because of all the lore I put in that episode, and I sort of covered things up as around that time the story started to go off track and wasn't really making sense, as that was sort of the time when I changed a bit of the lore, which isn't really bad for the story. I think changing the lore was very good for the story because the lore I had before that wasn't great. Keep in mind that everything that happened before episode 38, it all happened. It was all canon, just the lore about the connections to Monster Boost. None of that was really accurate. Just, two scenes weren't canon, but everything else was canon, so it's okay. But yes, and the next question is, who is your favourite character? Now, my favourite character probably was Drill Duck back in the day, but now it's probably Brigalow. He's sort of definitely one of the most powerful characters at the moment, but soon something big's going to happen in the Ducks, so there'll be a lot more characters to choose from then. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure my favourite character. I haven't really thought about that, but yeah, it is probably Brigalow. What new episodes are you excited for? And all these questions so far have been from the same person, so yes, there is a lot of questions on this list. So what new episodes I'm excited for is the episode we are on right now. I'm very excited for the full episode 57. So we're only up to part 1, but in part 3, things are going to get very big. Like this episode is going to be huge. And I'm also excited for episode 58, as I've already got that planned. And I haven't really got episode 60 planned, but I'm excited for it because it's episode 60, so it's going to be big. Now, the last question from this person is, how do you get the effect of a character flying and shooting lasers? I really want to know because I'm making my own fan animation. Now, this is sort of very specific for one person, but there are lots of tutorials on how to get something to fly in an animation. It's an effect or a technique called masking, and it's pretty simple. And shooting the lasers, I just draw. Pretty much, I just use the draw feature in Stop Motion Studio and draw in the lasers and animate them that way, and they turn out really good in the end. I'm pretty happy with all the lasers I do in my animations, and yeah. Now, this next question is actually pretty interesting. This one kind of interested me. Will Drill Duck come back to haunt the other ducks? Now, this is a bit of a probably the wrong thing to say, because Drill Duck wouldn't want to haunt the other ducks, as the other ducks, they're not evil or anything as they're being controlled, but so he's not really going to haunt them. But as we already know from episode 42, Drill Duck is he's sort of haunting the true bad guys in this situation. He's one of those characters that's he's going to appear in the future, but not alive, of course, in his sort of ghost haunting form. Now, the next question, will there be important places or new characters appearing soon? And yes, there will be lots of new characters appearing soon, and yeah, some more important places. We still got the main ones established, but as we saw from episode 57, there's a new very important duck base. Okay, so the next question is, so was the photo of the science lab, the one who invented the ducks and make ducks become an army, have any extra important characters that will appear soon? So, the science lab, or I should say Duck Labs, we already know that the important characters that worked at that lab were Brigalow and Frost Penguin, or Frost as her human name, and the leader of the Ducks, and Cosmic, and I forgot Chunky Boy Duck's human name because I just never used it, but whatever he was called, but Chunky Boy as a human. And the guy from episode 45, who will return soon, if you're wondering. I know I haven't shown him in a while, but he's mysterious and he will return soon. But yeah, there is more important characters that worked at the science lab. They're going to appear soon. So yes. And this question's from the same person. Lastly, will there be another race soon? And I can confirm that there probably sometime in the future, not soon, but sometime in the future, there might be another bird come along. But I do have big plans for one bird race in particular that hasn't really got much respect. They haven't really got that much attention yet, but I've got big plans for them. You probably can all tell which one it is. But anyway, now next question. Where is Jimmy and what's he doing now? Now, Jimmy, he was more part of the old lore, the old Monster Boost lore. But I'll just tell you all it now. Basically, the White Duck was meant to be the Bob the Fuel Man from Monster Boost, and it was all meant to be connected to Monster Boost. But I changed it so the White Duck was just a clone robotic monster that can just be crafted and factoried easily, and then Monster Boost had nothing to do with the duck. So the main reason I did that was because Monster Boost in itself didn't have a very good storyline. Like, it was fun, but it wasn't... When I made Monster Boost the animation, I'd say none of you have seen it, which is another reason why I didn't connect it to it. It was just not well done. It probably had a decent storyline, but just wasn't well done. But Jimmy was sort of part of that lore, but Jimmy is actually still canon. He's still in the Ducks. But yes, as some of you may know, he died in the special episode, if you watched the special episode. But he may still be alive as he wasn't that damaged, but we'll see soon. Now, the next question. Where is the mech penguin from episode 25 who lost his hands? And the mech penguin, he will return. I've already got his return planned. Now, I know it's been, a really long time, but, he will return. Trust me, and he's going to have some good upgrades when he does return, but he's not really an important character. He's more of a side character that will just have a cool return. That's why he hasn't returned for so long, because no one was really asking about him, and now someone's finally asked about him. And what is the Ducks leader doing with Grey Duck? They called the Ducks leader Kevin, but I don't remember ever calling him Kevin. But anyway, what's the Ducks leader doing with Grey Duck? And the Ducks leader is kind of trying to rehabilitate Grey Duck. I know they did banish him, but since Grey Duck doesn't really know about the potion, as none of the Ducks really do, they are trying to rehabilitate Grey Duck into being part of the army, which is kind of silly. They're just, they haven't really done Grey Duck good respect, so yes, we will see more from that soon. Now, the next question is the Bouncer going to get a huge upgrade? Now, he's already got a huge upgrade in episode 36, and the Bouncer did get damaged a bit in episode 50, but the Bouncer will be returning soon. Not specifically with a huge upgrade, but with, an upgrade. And will any race go extinct? And unfortunately, it is very likely that a race is going to not go extinct, of course, but some damage is going to be done very soon. Anyway, that is all my questions, I believe. Oh, I have one more. Do you enjoy making the series? And, yes, I do enjoy making the series most of the time. Just not really when I'm doing an episode that's a lot of just talking. An episode, you know how, a lot of the early days, or just kind of those episodes that were just mostly just the same thing, just talking. Episode 20, for example. But yeah, I don't really enjoy doing that. I don't really enjoy just taking pictures and copying and pasting them. I like doing more intricate things with just more action going on and, but yes, I do enjoy making the series. But I probably don't enjoy making this series as much as I enjoy making my one-off animations, like the clone one I'm working on at the moment, just because that's more interesting. The Ducks is kind of the same. So yes. And now I do have a few extra questions that weren't asked as part of this Q&A, so they're not particularly about the Ducks, but, they're I might as well just answer them. They've been asked at various points recently, just on other videos. I've just sort of compiled them, and I want to answer them just for those people who asked them. Now, the first question it actually is about the ducks. And this question is, what happened to Silver Duck? And, well, yeah, I guess this is technically about the ducks, but Silver Duck I kind of stopped doing Silver Duck. Yes, that was me doing Silver Duck. I kind of stopped doing Silver Duck because I don't think people really needed those analysis videos anymore. Like, they weren't getting a whole lot of views. Like, the ones I was doing on Skibidi Continuum, which was my Skibidi series that I stopped doing, the main reason I'm not doing much Skibidi anymore is just because it's just unoriginal. It's not my own thing, so I've decided to more switch to my own series, my just more original ideas. And yes, but Silver Ducks just sort of got discontinued. It was just it wasn't fun making those Silver Duck videos and using that app I was using to do the voice recordings. And yeah, it wasn't really working. But yes, and that's pretty much it. I did say there were a lot more questions that people have asked over time. That was kind of the only one I had. The other ones I kind of already answered in the comment, but yeah. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I will be releasing part 2 of episode 57 soon, but I am also working on the Clones vs. Droids animation, which is probably going to come out sooner, but I don't really know yet. So yes, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.